He's so big. Oh. Ow. I promise he likes me. Hello everybody, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we are going to be talking about the Percy Jackson season 2 footage that we got a little over a week ago. And I promise I would have talked about this sooner, but I am just getting over a very intense cold with a very ridiculous cough. I still kind of have the cough, so if I sound funny, that's why. If you watched my last video, you'll recall that at the end of the video I said, since we got no footage at D23 Brazil like we were hoping, the Percy Jackson teaser would probably drop on a random Tuesday when I'm at the grocery store or something. Well, it wasn't a full-on teaser trailer, but last Tuesday at like 4 in the morning or something, Disney Plus dropped a video showcasing what's coming in 2025 to its platform, and Percy Jackson was included in this video. We saw some shots that we've already seen before, like the footage we got at the original D23 months ago, but we also got some new footage. I've been getting comments asking if I've seen it. Trust me, I saw it when it dropped, and I want to break it down with you guys. So the very first shot we got was a shot of Percy on the beach at night. You can tell he's in his Camp Half-Blood shirt, so it's safe to assume that this scene is happening at camp. It's incredibly dark in the shot, so it's very safe to assume that it's nighttime. I know in season 2, Camp Half-Blood's going to be dying, but compared to the shots we've seen of the chariot race, we know that just because camp is dying, they're not going to make it look that dark. So, like I said, very safe to assume that this shot is at night. When I first saw this, my very first guess was to assume that this is when Hermes is coming up to Percy to talk to him, because that happens at night when Percy is alone on a beach. However, upon further review, I was looking at the shot and I realized Percy already has a backpack on, which kind of makes me think he already had the conversation with Hermes. In the book, Hermes gives Percy 3 yellow duffel bags along with the thermos and the lunchbox. But in this show, it's not crazy to assume that he might give him these gifts like in a book bag. So I think it's possible that this shot is Percy looking up as Annabeth and Tyson are walking towards him on the beach after Hermes has already left. But that's just my educated guess. I'm confident that whatever this scene is, it's happening at Camp Half-Blood, because I can't really think of any other time Percy would be wearing his camp shirt. Plus, I know it's kind of hard to see and you kind of have to like use your imagination, but the beach behind Percy in this shot definitely looks like the beach that him and Clarice fight on in season 1. And speaking of Percy versus Clarice, the next couple shots we get are of a new fight between Percy and Clarice on a different beach. This is a scene that I think is added to the show because, like I've said in previous videos, Percy and Clarice don't have like a one-on-one fight in the Sea of Monsters book. I talked about this scene in depth in a different video because they filmed this entire scene on location, so we have lots of videos from like bystanders watching in the distance. Like I said then, and I still think now, I think this scene is going to be added in after Clarice helps them kill the Hydra. Like I've said before, Clarice is a very hot-headed character and she really hates Percy, so it would make sense if she sees Percy left camp that she would get really angry, think he's trying to interfere with her quest, and fight him on the beach. To even further my point, in one of these shots, you can see a whole bunch of like fire and debris behind Clarice, which could very easily be from her destroying the Hydra. Also, in the background of all of these shots, we see different soldiers just kind of standing and watching Clarice and Percy fight. So I want to talk about each of these background people individually. In the book, Clarice's ship, the CSS Birmingham, is run alongside dead Confederate soldiers. And it seems like the show is going to keep that theme of dead soldiers on her ship, but they're going to be taking them from any era, not just the Civil War period. And I talked about this in my reading vlog when I reread Sea of Monsters. I very much expected the show to change this. I don't know how well it would go over tonally to have Confederate soldiers helping you on your quest. So I expected the show to change the lore of Clarice's ship, and I think it is a welcome change. Now, I am incredibly bad at history, so I'm going to do my best to like pinpoint where each of these background people are from, but bear with me. So this first guy that we see behind Percy, he's wearing a helmet that covers half his face. He's dressed in mostly cloth and leather. There's not really a lot of chainmail on him or anything. He's wearing like a skirt, kind of, and he's holding a big giant axe. To me, this is kind of giving medieval times. sort of. Mostly the helmet and the axe is making me think that. But also when I think medieval times, I think chainmail, and he's not really wearing any of that. So it's hard to say. In this next shot, the guy on the left is very clearly giving Civil War officer to me. This one was kind of the easiest to pinpoint in my opinion. He's definitely giving Civil War, so that should make book purists very happy. And side note, by the way, if we get to season 2 and there are book purists literally complaining that every single dead soldier on Clarisse's ship is not a Confederate soldier, at that point, are we just complaining to complain? Because why does it matter? It literally doesn't matter at all. Anyways. This guy on the right of this shot, we can see in 2 different shots that they give us. And he's kind of just giving like average 1900s naval officer. To be quite honest with you, he looks like he drowned on the Titanic. I'm just gonna say it. But I'm gonna assume that all of the dead soldiers on Clarisse's ship are soldiers or warriors of some type. So he's probably just somebody that was like in the Navy. And then last but certainly not least, there's another dude on the beach that just looks like a random scrawny teenager. He's perplexed almost the entire fandom when we got these scenes. Because I don't know who he is. He doesn't look like a soldier. I don't know what he's doing there. Very much looks out of place. So I'm curious to see who he is. I have no idea. Like, I actually have no idea what's going on there. But I'm sure there's a reason. We'll just have to wait and see. If anyone watching this is more well-versed in history, please comment down below and tell me what time period you think these background people are from, because I promise you, I am not qualified when it comes to history. It was my least favorite subject and it was my worst subject. But long story short, I think that this scene is very clearly going to be happening after the whole Hydra and Monster Donut scene. And it's very obvious that the people that are surrounding Percy and Clarisse are dead soldiers from the CSS Birmingham. The next shot we get is a new shot of the chariot race. This time it includes more characters than just Percy. On the right, we have Percy and what I can assume is Tyson in their chariot, which is the same chariot that we've gotten in shots from D23 months ago. We can tell that Percy is in that blue long sleeve shirt because we've gotten HD photos of him in that shirt. But Tyson is in an orange shirt, which could very well be his orange Camp Half-Blood shirt. And it's interesting to me. I didn't think about this when we saw the shots from forever ago, but it's interesting to me that this scene is happening at camp and not everybody is wearing their orange Camp Half-Blood shirts. Maybe they just get to dress in whatever they want for the chariot race. I don't know. And like Tyson just doesn't have any other clothes maybe. But I do kind of like that we're going to get to see our characters in more diverse outfits and not just the same orange shirt over and over again. On the left, we see what I assume is Clarisse. I'm assuming this is Clarisse because I'm anticipating this season to involve her a lot more than the book does. For example, adding a fight scene between her and Percy after the Hydra. But I also expect them to highlight her a lot more in scenes like the chariot race. Another reason that this is clearly Clarisse to me is because the chariot has a big giant boar head on it, which is like the sacred animal of Ares. There's also a symbol with a sword on it, which is a symbol of Ares as well. Plus there's spikes on it and all of that, so it's very much giving God of War. It's intriguing to me that Clarisse seems to be alone in her chariot, so either her teammate is like bent down to grab something to throw at Percy, or if she lost her teammate earlier on in the chariot race. It's gonna be interesting, we're just gonna have to see. But looking at this whole shot though, the chariot race looks absolutely massive in scale, which is super exciting. I also think we're going to be unlocking more parts of Camp Half-Blood as the seasons go on, and this whole chariot arena being one of the new places we're going to unlock. I also feel like we're going to unlock more rooms in the big house, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we unlock more cabins, specifically Athena's cabin, because as you guys know, that is a cabin that I really want to see. Then after that, we got 2 more shots that we've already seen in D23 promo from months ago. Still looks great. It's just footage we've already seen. That does it for breaking down all of the very few shots that we got. But what does this tell us? To me, this tells me that there is a fully completed, fully ready to go teaser trailer somewhere on someone's hard drive, ready to be posted at any point in time, which is kind of scary. Kind of alarming if you think about it. I am thinking about this teaser trailer every day. Every single day, the hypothetical teaser trailer crosses my mind. I think whenever we get it, the teaser trailer is going to focus on the aspect of Camp Half-Blood dying. Because if you think about it, that's the main driving point of the entire season. The only reason that Percy and Annabeth leave camp at all is because camp is dying and they need to go get the Golden Fleece. But also, if we're to believe what Walker told us about 2 weeks ago, they had only just started filming the scene where they're entering the Sea of Monsters, meaning they mostly just have all the camp scenes filmed and then maybe some scenes on the Princess Andromeda. Once again, operating under the thought that they're kind of filming in chronological order. I kind of always operate under that assumption, give or take. And quite honestly, I think narratively, a 50-second to a minute-long teaser trailer about camp dying would be a really great way to pull audiences in. And it also just so happens to be the majority of what they already have filmed. And then when we get the full, like, first official trailer, the trailer that's going to be like 2 minutes and 30 seconds, that trailer will involve a lot of like the Sea of Monsters and like Monster Island and stuff like that. Now, when are we going to get this teaser trailer? I have no idea. I thought we were going to get it at D23 Brazil. As you guys know, that did not happen. The next significant date I can think of is December 19th to celebrate the 1 year of Percy Jackson Season 1 coming out. I know a lot of people on Percy Jackson Twitter are also thinking that that's maybe the next time we could get anything new for Season 2. But unfortunately, knowing our luck, we're just going to get like some stills and photos from Season 1. And that's it. They're going to call it a day. We're not going to get anything about Season 2. And then we're just going to have to wait for the trailer to, once again, probably drop on a random Tuesday. So really only time will tell. Hopefully, ideally, we get a teaser before the year of 2025, but I don't know. But that's really it. I know it was a shorter video than I normally like to do, but we didn't get too much footage to work with. And even though it wasn't much, I still really wanted to talk about it with you guys. Again, like I said at the beginning of the video, sorry that this is like a week late. I was dying last week, so forgive me. Based on what little we've seen so far though, I think Season 2 is going to be so much grander and better looking than Season 1, which very much excites me. Like I said, if you guys have any input on the dead soldiers behind Clarice, what time period they're from, if you're a history expert, please, I'm begging you, comment down below. And even if you're not a history expert, if you have any thoughts on it, let me know, because I don't do history. It was my worst subject. It was my least favorite subject. I'm bad with years. I'm bad with dates. I'm bad with time periods. So I will take any assistance I can get. But that pretty much does it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.